So from this real bitter situation in the stock market to the sort of bitter aftertaste of the midterm elections, going to get a lot worse tomorrow, folks. Sam Bankman-Fried, he's going to be there. He's got this hearing. And joining me now is District Media Group President Beverly Hallberg. And Beverly, I mean, you know, he sprinkled a lot of money down in Washington, D.C., overwhelmingly to Democrats, but to both sides. But, you know, we've seen him in these pictures. And the first question everyone asks me is why hasn't this guy been arrested yet? And that's why I think there's going to be as much pressure on lawmakers as there is on him.
There's going to be a ton of pressure tomorrow. And here's the thing that's on the line. He can perjure himself tomorrow. So unlike some of the interviews that he's done before, I think he has to be very careful about what he says. And a lot of these members of Congress are going to be tough on him. Like you were mentioning, both Republicans and Democrats who are going to ask him tough questions. So I'm expecting that his legal counsel has been murderboarding him, taking him through all the potential questions he could get. And I think we're going to get a lot of I don't recalls. I think that's going to be the safety answer we hear.
Although maybe he didn't give these interviews under oath. He's given a gazillion of them. And certainly those can be used to question him. Right. So you cannot say I don't recall tomorrow something he told Unusual Wells today.
Correct. Anything that he has said before, he has to give an answer for in this. Now, he came out and said, well, I don't even think I need to be there because I don't have enough information to be helpful. Maxine Waters actually came out and tweeted him and said, I think you have enough for us to question you on. So I think it's been damaging for him to do all these interviews. It hasn't helped him from his persona. I don't think it's changed anybody's mind about him. And like you said, it's given a lot of fodder for questions that could come up and for any legal proceedings in the future.
This thing stinks so bad, though.
It does.
I mean, again, he talked about donating $1 billion to the Democratic Party if President Trump, former President Trump, were to run again. They say that I've read one article where he might have actually given $1 billion through other other avenues and back doors. This stinks so badly. It involves Silicon Valley, Wall Street, Washington, D.C., all of these gigantic folks who should have had our backs and they didn't.
I think there are a lot of layers that need to be unpeeled on this. I think we're going to realize that there are a lot more people involved behind it. And here's the thing that he has to think about as well is for however long he was in this role, he sold himself as the savior, that somebody who knew everything going on. Now he's playing the idiot card, that he's just some young 30-year-old. His parents have come down to the Bahamas and lived with him. I don't think he can sell it.
He sold himself as a savior, but you know what? Even after this news broke, Wall Street Journal we're still selling him as a savior. New York Times were still selling him as a savior. He had a lot of help in this imaging, and everyone's got to be held to account. So great seeing you, Beverly.
Good seeing you.
All righty.